Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you two ways to embed a Google slide deck into a Canvas page in your Canvas course. The first one I'm going to show you is how to use the Apps tool in the Rich Context Editor. So to do that, I'm going to click Edit, and I'm going to use the Apps tool to access my Google Drive and embed a slide deck that I've already created. You may already have Google Apps or Google Drive in your Rich Context toolbar and already available to you, or you may have to use the drop down on this Apps tool. Looks like a little electrical plug because you're plugging in apps. So you can either choose it from here, or if you need to, you can go to View All and select it. You click Google Apps, and it's going to plug right into my Google Drive. And one thing I like to do is make sure that whatever I'm pulling in is in a folder for my Canvas courses. And then I don't have to search for it using the title or scroll through a million folders. So I've used a number one just to make sure it's right here at the top, and I've put it in this Canvas graphics folder. So here is the slide deck I'm going to use, and I want to make sure that I choose embed and not link. So when I click embed, it is going to show up right here in exactly where I wanted it to. One thing to think about when you use the Apps tool is that you want to make sure that you have changed the sharing settings in Google Drive. So I'm in the file and I clicked share, and I'm going to make sure that anyone with the link can view this content so that students don't have to authenticate to do that or authorize their Google account to do that. So when I click save, I will see that slide deck embedded right here in the table, right where I wanted it to be. The other way to do this is to use the HTML raw editor or raw HTML editor. So I'm going to show you a quick way to do that. In order to use the HTML editor, you have to have the code, the embed code. So you need to start by going back to your Google slide deck and publishing this to the web in order to get to the embed code. So to do that, I'm going to click File and Publish to the web. Now I have some options here. I can um, change how I want the slide deck slide to advance. I can also choose size for how I want it published. And if I wanted to restrict access, I can do that too. But because we want everyone to have accessibility to this, we don't necessarily need to do that. So I'm going to click Publish, OK. And then I'm going to grab this embed code. So I'm going to click on Embed. I can also change the size here. And here's all the code that I want. So I can use the keyboard shortcut Command C or Control C, or I can right click and click copy. And then I need to take that code back to my Canvas page. So I'm already in edit mode, but if I were to just paste this code, it's not going to be anything. I need to make sure that I switch over to the HTML editor. And to do that, down here in the bottom right, I see those brackets. This is going to let me switch to that raw editor, raw HTML editor. And all I see now is a bunch of code. So let me give you a trick here. If you don't know code, even just basic HTML, then you may have trouble finding where you're supposed to put the code that you just copied. So here's a little trick. I'm going to go back to the Rich Context Editor, and I'm going to add the word here. And that's going to show me where to put this text. So here is that word that I just typed in there. And right after that word is where I'm going to use either Command V, Control V, or right click paste to paste that code into this raw HTML editor. I can switch back or I can save. There it is. And I click save. So I get the same effect in both. And I see that word here. So I would definitely want to edit and take that out. And then I've got, there we go. Take that word out and save. And so 2 different ways to put a Google slide deck into your page. Hope this is helpful.